Hi, I'm Brady Ambler from the Nursery Golf and Country Club. I work under Braden Rogers. This is my mechanical side for the DFS. This portion will be about reels. In this video, I will be showing you how to backlap reels. Part 1 will be setting up reel. Part 2, backlapping reel. Then Part 3, using the backlapping feature.
Attention warning. Reel maintenance safety for reels. There should be no loose clothing worn that could get stuck in reel while it spins. Wear safety goggles if there are sparks or any potential items that may hit your eyes. Wear dust mask if there is potentially sparks and dust in the air. There should be no jewelry or anything that could potentially get caught in the equipment when working on them. Unplug equipment when touching reels blades if there is a possibility of the reel blades spinning when working on. Hearing protection should be worn when there is loud equipment running or other noises. Footwear with steel toes should be on, considering that there are many possibilities of heavy objects falling on your feet. Anyone with long hair should wear hair protection if it's potentially long enough that it could possibly get caught in reel. Safety is required.
Ricky Green at the nursery. Part 1, setting up reel. First off, we will want to make sure that the reel's blades are making even contact all the way across the bed knife. Now if you're looking, I'm holding a piece of cardboard between the bed knife and the reel's blades to show you what I mean by contact with the bed knife. Right now there is no contact with the bed knife. We want the bed knife so it just touches the reel's blades. In order to adjust the bed knife, we will have to adjust the two nuts at the back of the reel that can bring the bed knife closer to the reel's blades. When tightening these nuts, there are gears below the nut that spin at the same time as the nuts. I count how many threads of the gear when I spin each side to make sure I do the same amount of a turn on the other side to make sure it's even all the way across the bed knife. As I tighten these nuts, I will spin the reel's blades to see how much contact I am getting with the bed knife. I want it set up so that the bed knife just touches the reel's blades for backlapping. You may have to do more spins on one of the other sides if it's completely out of whack, because the nuts at the back of the reel brings the bed knife closer to the reel on each side of the reel. So basically the right nut adjusts the right side of the bed knife, and the left nut adjusts the left side of the bed knife. And of course, if you loosen the nuts counterclockwise, it will lessen the amount of contact that you have with the bed knife. Now that the bed knife's just making contact with the reel's blades and is even all the way across the reel, we are ready for backlapping. Part 2, Backlapping Reel. Now that I have our reel hooked up to their drill that's specifically made for backlapping, I am ready to turn it on. Once it's turned on, I will make sure to put an even coat of grit all the way across the reel's blades. When you do turn it on, you will want to make sure that the reel's blades spin backwards on the reel, or it won't be sharpening your bed knife. It will be wearing it out just like it did when you were cutting grass with it. You also don't want it to spin too fast as well, or all the grit will spit off the blades and won't continue around the cycle of sharpening the bed knife. When it comes to backlapping, it may take a few minutes to sharpen the reel's bed knife, depending on how dull your bed knife really is. After about 2 to 3 minutes, I like to check to see if the reel is cutting paper to our coarse expectations. I will check each side of the bed knife, and the middle with the paper. If one side doesn't cut paper, that is telling me that there might not be even contact with the bed knife, and I may have to do some adjusting. It seems not to be too bad with the reel. It seems to be cutting paper somewhat. What I am going to do is adjust the bed knife by tightening it about 2 clicks, and backlap it for about 2 more minutes to get it sharp enough to cut paper. I should point out that I have been adding more grit to the reel when it seems to not be making this louder sound when it's backlapping. But of course, when it's been on for a reel close to the time and I'm ready to check it with some paper, or when it's supposed to be done, I wait for it to get quieter when it sounds like it's gone through all the grit. That way I'm not wasting any grit. Now that we have finished backlapping, we will want to clean off the reel before the grit dries, or the grit will not want to come off. Now that it's all cleaned, we will loosen the bed knife a little bit to lessen the amount of contact with the bed knife. I will lessen the amount of contact with the bed knife until it does not cut paper. Then I will tighten it a little bit more so that it does cut paper. We like our reels to run on zero contact. Usually our reel's blades will just touch the bed knife. Part 3. Using backlapping feature. If the contact with the reel's bed knives is completely out of whack, you might want to do it the first way I showed you how, because it's much easier to see how much contact you have with the bed knives, and it's much easier to check how sharp it is with the paper. Backlapping with the backlapping feature can be much quicker if the reel's bed knives are set right, where you might just have to tighten the reel's contact with the bed knives up 2 clicks on each reel. Now I will set the triplex up for backlapping. I will turn the one switch to the reverse to spin the reel's blades backwards. Then I will set the reel speed to 2 or 3. Then I will just have to turn the key on and push the same lever to engage the reels to mow. I will brush an even amount of grit on each reel then, and it's basically the same procedure I showed you all before on backlapping reels. I guess one nice thing too about the backlapping feature is you can use it when you have to clean the grit off the reels. Well, this is all I got for backlapping reels. Thanks for watching.